Hey guys, today I've got a short standing stretching workout for you that's perfect for after a hike. We're going to be doing 6 exercises starting with our hip flexors. So I'm going to get you to put left leg in front, right leg behind. Think about tucking your hips under and push them forward. So you should be feeling this in your right hip flexor, and if you want to add something extra, you can reach up over top. Good, you just want to hold it here. And we're going to switch sides, so same thing, opposite side, slight bend in the right knee. We're going to tuck that hip under in 3, 2, and 1. I know it can be not the most fun thing to do stretching after hiking, especially if you've done a long hike and you're very dusty and dirty, but your body will definitely thank you for giving it some love and stretching out those muscles. Good, so again, you can add the overhead reach if you'd like to. And I always like standing stretches because sometimes, you don't want to sit in the dirt, you don't want to lay on the grass. Good. Okay, next up we're going to stretch out our IT band. So what we're going to do is cross right foot in front of left, and then we're going to hinge at the hips. And where you should be feeling this, if I turn to the side, is right along here on the left leg. So you can come down as far as is comfortable for you. If you need to stay at the thighs, that's fine. If you can touch your toes, that's amazing. Good, but just take some nice deep breaths and sink into the stretch. Good, okay, so same thing, we're just gonna switch sides. So left foot comes in front of right. This time you should be feeling it just outside of the right knee and thigh. Good, and with stretching, I always like to keep in mind that what you do is gonna be better than what you don't do. So even if you really don't wanna stretch, but you commit to doing 2 of your favorite stretches that you know always feel good, that's going to serve you so much better than thinking you need to do a half-hour stretching routine and not doing it at all. Alrighty, next up we're going to stretch out these quads, front muscles. So if you want to grab onto a wall, you can. You're going to grab the back of your foot and then push your hips forwards. So you should be feeling it all down the right thigh. Again, you can hold a wall or chair for stability if you would like to, and think about standing nice and tall. This can also be a fun time to practice your balance if you want to. Alrighty, same thing, we're gonna switch sides. Grab that left foot. And then again, we're gonna be pushing those hips forwards. And trying not to fall over like me. While I have specified these stretches are for hiking, these can be great for running, walking, cycling, really any activity that's using your lower body. Ooh. I really cannot balance. Alrighty, next up we're going to do our hamstrings. So back of the legs here. What I'm going to have you do is left toes up, heel down, and then we're going to lean our hips back. So I have a flat back, but I'm leaning forwards, and then you're welcome to reach down more if you want. You might feel enough of a stretch right here already. For this one, I like to make sure you keep the toes pointed up so that we really get through the calf and the hamstring. Murphy seems to be very excited about this one. Good, okay, same thing on the other side. And I always like to recommend try to repeat the same variation on both sides so that you don't have an imbalance. Good, so hinging at the hips. Because what can happen is if you are always stretching further on your more flexible side and then stretching not as far on your less flexible side, Murphy is brought in presence, then your more flexible side is just going to keep getting more flexible and your less flexible side is never going to catch up. So I always like to match it to the less flexible side. Alrighty, we've got 2 more stretches left. No, 3 more stretches left. We're gonna switch it up a little bit and do a chest stretch. So I want you to find a wall. You can either have your arm bent or you can straighten it out. And we're gonna turn away from our arms. So it's gonna be a really nice chest stretch, whichever variation you want to do. This can be really good if you're wearing a backpack when you're hiking and you're finding yourself really hunching forward. This helps to open up the chest, stretch out through here, which can often get really tight. All right, so same thing, other side. Again, you can either bend or extend, and you can always play around with the height. You know, maybe you bring it up higher, maybe you bring your arm down lower. This is a really great one as well to do in a doorway. If you have access to a door, you can have both arms out and get both sides at the same time. Good, and then with this one, you just want to keep thinking about turning away because the stretch is coming when we keep our arm on the wall and turn our body away. Alrighty, next up we're gonna do calves, and I'm gonna do this one against the wall. So I'm gonna point my toes up towards the wall and then push the hips forwards. You might need to play around a little bit with your foot position, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher. But you just want to think about leaning into it and feeling it down here and maybe a little bit in your hamstrings as well. Good, all right, we're gonna shake that out. We're gonna do the other side. Calves are probably one of the muscle groups that gets the most tight from hiking, especially when you're going uphill a lot. Good, so again, push those hips forwards until you feel a nice stretch in the back of this left leg. Alrighty, last up we're going to stretch out our glutes. These can get really, really tight, especially as you step up. You're using a lot of glutes for that. So we're going to bring right ankle All right, so last up, we're gonna stretch out our glutes. We're gonna, again, use a wall if you need to. Right ankle over the top of the left thigh, and you're gonna sit the hips down. If you have some type of like railing or bar, sometimes it can feel nice to hang off of that as well, but you really should be feeling it on the outer right hip, deep in this muscle down here. It's a wonderful stretch, and the more you sit your hips down and back, the deeper it will feel, as long as you're pushing this right leg down. Good, okay, shake that out. We're gonna do the other side, and then we will be all done. Good, so you might notice a difference side to side. That's totally normal. After this, make sure you drink lots of water. Maybe go somewhere cold if you were hiking somewhere hot, or somewhere warm if you were hiking somewhere cold. And try not to forget about your stretches for next time. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a wonderful workout. Leave me any comments of workout requests you have, and I can't wait to see you next time.